Nicole. Once upon a time, there was a snack. Can y'all hear me okay? It wasn't just a snack though, it was a higher consciousness variety of snacks. You may wonder whether these were healthy snacks or not, but that will have to be determined by you later. The snacks came inside a vending machine, and this vending machine had legs and could walk and run and do everything you and I could do regarding legs. And there was a girl. But this was no ordinary girl, as no girl is ordinary. She was walking to school one day when she passed the vending machine. She got curious, as you usually don't see a vending machine outside in the middle of a family neighborhood. So she looked inside to see if anything caught her interest. There were lots of different snacks. There were snacks for the mind, and snacks for the heart, and snacks for your health. But there was one snack that stood out from the rest. It was a package of what looked like lips. They were interesting lips, as they were all shaped different and were all sorts of colors. The bag of lips was named Smooch. The girl wondered whether they would taste good or not. She pondered. She agonized. She weighed her options against the other snacks, such as brainy snacks shaped as brains, and brain cake that was made of red velvet, but was vegan and made with coconut milk. She made a mental list of possible pros and cons and paid attention how much time she had before school. She considered the list of ingredients printed on the side of the vending machine for each product and compared the brain snacks to the smooch snacks. The smooch snacks seemed to have different ingredients than any other. They listed all types of benefits, such as made with love and care, and will feel love when eaten. After much scrutiny, she finally decided on the smooches. She put her money in, grabbed the package underneath, and began her way towards school. She decided to wait till she saw her favorite tree 2 blocks from school before she would enjoy the tree. She would sit under the tree and have a moment to herself, listening to the birds and watching the wind blow the leaves as she took a taste. And at the tree she sat, and at the tree she opened her snack. And at the tree, a smooch flew out and kissed her on the lips. It was a long, slow kiss. And once the shock was over of a pair of lips flying out and landing right on her lips, something in her settled. She relaxed and let the lips kiss her for as long as they did. And when it was done, she didn't feel the kiss anymore and did not see it either. This was such an unbelievable new experience, the girl did not know what to do. She looked at the package and saw it had a built-in Ziploc closure. So she closed the package and went to school. When she got to school, she noticed everyone was looking at her weird. Some kids even laughed. She thought nothing of it at first, until she went to the bathroom and looked in the mirror, for there was a shock. It was like she had plastic surgery on her lips. They were much bigger than she was used to and plumper. They actually looked pretty good the more she viewed them, but at the same time, it was still quite a surprise, especially when she realized her lips were the very pair of lips that kissed her. She thought maybe her snack just got stuck on her lips, so she tried to remove it, but couldn't. They had replaced her lips. This was not working, she thought, and she went back to class. What could have happened? The girl certainly wasn't expecting this from a snack. She didn't mind very much that her appearance changed because all she kept thinking about was the smooch the lips gave her and how it made her feel all over. She went back to that moment again and again, got absolutely no homework done, did not pay attention in class at all, and when lunch came, she could not wait to sit down by herself and open the package again to see what would happen. No longer did her lunch have any interest to her. She found another one of her favorite spots on the playground and plopped herself down. Friends had no interest to her either. Some asked her to play soccer, and some asked her to sit with them and eat, but she felt compelled to say no, and did not care one bit the look she got when they looked at her lips or from her answers. When she sat down, she made sure to get herself fully comfortable and situated. Only then did she pull out the bag of smooches. She stared at them, closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and opened the bag. She waited, and she waited, but nothing happened. She looked inside the bag, but the lips just stayed inside. She felt them with her finger. She closed the bag and opened it again. She tried to pull one of the lips out when suddenly she heard a voice. It said, "All things in moderation, including moderation." She looked around to see if anyone was nearby, but there was no one. She tried to pull out a pair of lips again, but this time a different one. She heard another voice. It said, "Read the bag, it's 1 portion per day, and you've had your portion already." The girl realized it was the lips who were talking, and immediately said, "Hey you took my lips. Where did you put them? You replaced my lips with that one that came out of the bag." The lips, though, did not respond. Frustrated, she tried again. "Hey, I'm talking to you. You better tell me what you did with my lips." "Does it matter?" said one pair of lips while another laughed. "You still have some lips, don't you?" "That's not the point," the girl said. "I want my lips back." "You got a kiss, didn't you?" "You would think that would be enough," another pair of lips said while another still laughed. "You liked that kiss, didn't you, miss?" The girl's face reacted and felt hot inside. She touched her new lips and pulled at them. She didn't like being made fun of, but at the same time, she knew they were right. She loved that kiss. She tried to get more information out of the lips, but they sucked all of the air out of the bag and to reseal itself. But before it did, it sang in unison, "I'll send you all my love every day in a letter, sealed with a kiss." And with that, the bag was closed. She tried to open it, but it was impossible. She sat defeated under a tree with the package of lips on her lap and stared at the leaves waving in the wind. She always thought they looked as though they were waving hello or goodbye to her, so she imagined the wind was speaking through the leaves only to her and listened to the rustling sound it made. The next day, the girl woke up with an excitement in her heart. She remembered the kiss and thought about what the bag of smooches said. She felt so excited she could barely contain herself or do anything but get ready for school. Excuse me. And as she walked, she was in a daze because before she knew it, she was sitting down and opening the bag. She barely got it open when a pair of lips flew out so fast it must have been going 50 miles per hour. The next thing she knew, she was in ecstasy and had no time to prepare herself because she had gone to La La Land. This kiss was forceful, but sweet and wet, and made the back of her head press against the trunk of the tree and kept her there. This kiss was different, and it was still enjoyable as ever, just in a different way. When she came back to reality and opened her eyes, the kiss was gone, but she was still in heaven and wanted more. The package again already closed up on her, so getting her nutritional portion for the day was gone. Through the package, the clear window showed the lips blowing kisses to her and the package jiggling from laughter. School this day, she discovered, was not an option because her lips had changed again. And this time, the shape and style of lips was not complimentary to the girl's face. She had come prepared this time with a pocket mirror to check herself and was horrified at the results. Her new lips were long, thin lips, and the color of them did not match her skin. It made her look like a clown. Still, though, she knew she could not stop herself from opening the bag each day. The next day, the girl woke up thinking to herself, "Is this a snack or a smack? Because surely this isn't filling my stomach." Each day, she saw herself have even more addictive tendencies, but did nothing to remedy the problem. Her friends called her, but she lost all interest in cell phones. All she could think about was the 2 kisses she got and the juiciness of them. She was so glad it was the next day, for now she would get a new kiss and a new pair of lips. She tried to look through the window of the package to see what her possible options were next, but could only see one pair of lips, and they looked something could be wrong with them. They kept licking their lips and sticking its tongue out, making weird motions back and forth. She felt a sixth sense about these pair of lips, but of course this did not stop her. This time, she couldn't even wait to get her special spot under the tree. She decided to walk near where she saw the vending machine last, so she could purchase the other bags of lips before anyone else caught on to her findings. When she got to the location, though, there was no vending machine. Instead, there was a sign in its place where it once stood. It said, "Went out to coffee, be back in 15 minutes. The girl settled down under a tree and decided to open her bag of goodness. Out came a pair of lips that seemed to want to eat her. These lips stuck its tongue in her mouth and down her throat. It was very uncomfortable and much more forceful than the last. And when it was through, it left a very bad taste in her mouth, and she felt icky. Plus, this pair of lips had breath that was noticeable this time. Where the other kisses were sweet, this breath was smoky and dank like the smell you get sometimes when you go near an old person. The girl sat there for a long time, afraid to open her pocket mirror and look at the possible outcome. Surely it can't be that bad, but when she opened her mouth, all that came out was this tongue moving all over, like the kiss did. Oh no, she thought, This one is taking over my mouth. She opened her mouth again and tried to talk, but all she could do was blow kisses and make inappropriate tongue movements outside her lips and lick her lips provocatively. This was definitely not very ladylike and extremely embarrassing. So once again, she decided to miss school. Just then, she saw the vending machine walking back to its location, all jovial with its cup of coffee. She discovered the vending machine's talking mouth was on the left side of the machine, and after it took a sip of coffee, she demanded to have a refund for her purchase. Sorry, the machine said, we don't give refunds. It's at the purchaser's discretion if they decide to buy. Where does it say that, though? The girl asked. Right here, pointed the vending machine arms. It pointed to several locations where it warned customers of possible side effects of purchasing and digesting their products. Addictions and codependent behavior was just two of the many side effects listed. The girl noticed warnings were written so tiny, she had to stand with her nose touching the machine to see it. She looked inside the machine to see if there were other bags of smooches there, and there were. 2 were left. She got out her money, bought them, and stuffed them in her backpack, hoping that at least one pair of lips would look something similar to the ones she lost. She pursed her lips and felt the insides of her pockets. There was still money for one more snack. Her eyes rolled toward the brain-shaped goodies. She moved closer to the machine to get a better look. One hand flattened on the glass and the other gripping the machine tightly. Her reptilian brain smiles as her hand reaches toward her pockets once again.